Hey, welcome back to A Faster Me. This is the Chuck Pontius race, women's P123. Took us a while to get this one out. Just, you know, needed the ladies to come together and just match all of our work schedules, all that kind of stuff. So Marlaina started off, and then Camila, just gets the pace going here. So in the studio with me today, I have two lovely ladies. To my left, I have Camila Arenas. Say hi.
Hello, thanks for having us.
And to my right is Marlaina Bemis.
Hi.
Got to speak a little louder. But Marlaina says hi. And yeah, we're going to just let the ladies kind of watch the race and give us a breakdown of what they were doing and just, the kind of fun and kind of bouncing off of each other, tag teaming the event. So this is Marlaina's camera, and that's Camila right in front of her there. So yeah, what's going on here, ladies?
Well, it definitely started out hot. I figured it would chill down a little bit, so I wasn't too worried about hopping on right away. And so it did kind of settle in, I think, but we're still flying. I think this is like one of the three big corners of the race that we just came around. And so yeah, both Camilla and I are wearing GoPros in this race, so it was kind of fun to be out there racing with her.
Yeah, it was really cool because I felt that we were like understanding each other and trying to work together. I think looking for a breakaway, right?
Yeah, I think that was the best scenario for this race because it was super hot. I don't think the temperature is listed, but I think it was that day it was like well over 100 degrees in Santa Clarita. Actually, I think you can see Six Flags in the back at some of these angles. But it was definitely a hot day, and it wasn't a super big field. I think it was like 8 women in the P123 race. So I think we just kind of went in with the hopes that a breakaway would stick. So we'll see.
Yeah, this is the corner just before the little climb, right?
Yeah, and this is Marlaina just attacking here, which is a great job of attacking in this race.
Awesome. Yeah, we tried like 3 times to the breakaway in this climbing, and they were holding the pace, but then finally we were able to do it.
Yeah, I think you guys are going to try a lot more than 3 times. It's actually a really good strategy, though, between the two of you guys just attacking and counterattacking. So, yeah, it was fun to watch. And then just breaking down the video here, too. Yeah, it was good to see, like, Marlaina's attack was pretty much at the right time. The pace had just slowed a little bit. And, yeah, there's no break. So just when you have a small field like this, you definitely want to make it hard on everyone.
I was feeling really comfortable because of the weather. In Colombia, it's really hot, so I was comfortable.
Oh, that's true. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I was not. I was definitely feeling it. But I figured if I was feeling it, everybody else was probably also feeling it, except for the Colombians. But so it was just like we were probably all going to suffer just as much as the other. So I think going out strong and like attacking on the first lap was, I think, my way of just committing to the race and having a good race. Just like a little mental game for myself.
Yeah, and so, Marlaina said it's a small field, but you can see Major Motion has decent numbers there. I don't know if they had 2 or 3 riders. Camila rides for LABA, so that's Catalina in front of her, one of her teammates. Marlaina was solo for PAA. And Shawnee, I'm not sure what team she runs with, but Shawnee's in the race as well. And then Sherry's out there as well. Sherry's a very good racer, a lot of experience, and you'll see Sherry's tactics as well, going for a lot of preems. And then that's Feline right there from the Encycle Mommies, and Feline's super strong as well.
I'm pretty sure Sherry got every single preem except for one.
Yeah.
So she was very determined.
Yeah.
But she's a great racer, so I was happy to have her.
Yeah, and if you see Jules here tried to go off the front a little bit with the small attack here. Feline, decided to shut it down.
There was actually a car on the in the track. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that when I was making the video.
So I kind of sat up and slowed down a little bit, just because with cars it's unpredictable, obviously, but that was exciting. And there Jade goes from major motion.
Yeah, so if you can see, there's a lot of tactics going on here, and they kind of have the same idea of attacking and counterattacking. So yeah, it's good to see other women participating and not just sitting back, especially in a small field like this. You wanna definitely make it hard and have a little fun.
Yeah, it was an active race.
Yeah, so here it takes a second, but you see Marlaina kind of catches back up. Camila did a great job of just jumping on Shawnee's wheel right from the beginning, and then letting it all come back together. But this is what happens, and this is the benefit of attacking and counterattacking. Marlaina had just attacked a second ago. Camila had countered Marlaina's attack, and then Jules did a great job of saying, "Hey, two girls attacked. Let me attack also." And then once Jules got caught, then Jade attacked. So yeah, there's a lot of good team tactics going on here. So Camila, what are you thinking here? Are you trying to set up another attack?
Yeah, I was thinking about the best, the best moment to attack, but I know I don't have enough explosion, so I was waiting for Marlaina to help me.
Yeah, and you
Because
see,
she has that.
yeah, you see right here, Marlena's looking at you. You
Yeah,
guys
yeah,
are
yeah,
making
we
eye
were
contact.
Touching each other.
So who goes next?
Maybe Shani was really active too.
She was good at hopping on the attacks, I noticed, which is a big skill to have.
Yeah, because she was like at the beginning of the break, right?
Yeah, I think she pretty much covered like all the attacks for the most part. I don't know if she ever went on her own attack, but I'm pretty sure she covered most of the attacks. And then I think right here, Catalina says a little something to you, and then she goes to the front to set the pace also.
She always says, draft, Camila, draft.
Yeah, so
Yeah, there she goes.
So Catalina goes up to the front, and I think, Camila, you're going to counter right off of that.
So I think this corner is a little downhill, and this is the corner. That's the last corner before the start finish, and then we'll start climbing again soon. So it was interesting to see where like the speed was picking up between the fast last corner and then this first uphill corner coming up.
Yeah, if you can see the map up there to the top left, like this is not your normal four-corner crit, but it's also not that technical. It's pretty fast and flowing, and even though half of the course is kind of like a false flat, and then the rest of it's slightly downhill to flat. So I think here goes Marlaina here, about to launch another attack. And there it goes.
So this is my camera. Okay, there we go.
So I think this is the attack here that really starts separating some of the riders. And Camila counters right off, or gets a slingshot right off of Marlaina here and keeps the speed up high. So now this is going to be from Marlaina's point of view.
Oh, okay. Ooh, fast.
And right now, Camila's right on Marlena's,
Right.
in her draft, and then she peels off and gets a slingshot and just keeps the pace going.
I'm feeling.
So yeah, that's a great job of Marlaina getting the speed up, and then Camila gets it over 30 miles per hour for a second. And then now you guys are really stretching it out, putting a hurting on the girls behind you.
Yeah, and always in that moment, I'm really, really worried, and I feel that the whole peloton is behind me. Oh, that was good.
Yeah, and then Sherry attacks to try to take the preem here. So Sherry has a lot of experience, and she got a good draft there, and then attacks and takes the preem easily.
So strong.
I am
That was
dropping
exciting.
wheels. Oh. And then, yeah, you're right. So then she sat up a little bit when she got the preem.
That's the moment to attack after
Yes.
the pre. Because they are like slowing down and relaxing. and then you have to go.
Yeah, and everybody just did a hard effort, so everyone wants to rest just a little bit and just go again. Don't give them any time to rest.
And then the climbing is perfect.
It's funny when you crit race in California, you call 1% a climb.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, the climb is here. It's like 3%.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
But as you guys know, when you're going fast and you're racing, that little 3% does tax, it taxes your legs a
You
little
can
bit.
feel it.
So I think Feline's at the front now, keeping the pace really hot, and it's really stretching out the field here.
Yeah, she was determined too. I was feeling really confident in the turns. They were not that technical, they were smooth. That's the
Yeah.
kind of crits that I like.
Yeah, there's really fast and flowing. You can take the turns really fast.
And they're wide. Like,
Yeah.
There was no point on the course that was narrow.
Yeah, and Feline's really strong. Feline actually won the state championship this year, Cat 3 time trial.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure she has a state champ in the road race too. So yeah.
So yeah, all around state champion. So now Camila's on the front setting the pace here. It's still pretty hot.
But everybody took a little moment to look behind us. I don't think I had seen any heads turn until that point. And I don't know what I'm doing off the back here.
Yeah, you definitely could be either attacking or moving over to the right a little bit, get a little better draft.
Interesting.
I don't know. Yes. Tragic.
Yeah, so the pace has definitely settled a little bit. You guys are down to 21, 22 miles per hour. Getting a little comfortable here.
Yeah, and it was definitely getting hot. I think once we got a good gap, we all kind of relaxed a little bit. I don't think at any point we knew how far back it was. Oh, I'm going.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember doing this.
Yeah, anytime it gets slow, you know somebody's going to attack. And this time it's Marlaina again, just not giving anyone a break. So Sherry's kind of cruising, and then there goes Marlaina on the attack again.
Wow.
Now, as you can see here, Sherry has really good pop usually, but since she just took the preem, you can see her pop was a little bit slow there. So in the long run, that just taxes people a little bit longer. And, you know, it wears them down. They have a little bit less at the end of a race. And there goes Camila,
Yeah.
counterattacking again.
And we're only 13 minutes into this race.
13.
Like, I think I remember looking down at my Garmin and being like, oh no. Like, if this is how the breakaway is going to be the rest of the race, I am in for it.
Yeah, that's at least the sixth attack in 13 minutes.
Right.
Were you feeling confident since you are at triathlon?
No. I had just come off of a week of travel, I think. I don't remember. I think I was in Florida.
Yeah.
So I was coming off a week of travel, but going into the race, like I just needed to play mental games with myself because I wasn't feeling that great. But I said, like, I'm just gonna like attack like the rest of the race didn't matter, which I hadn't done all season.
Okay.
I think I'm definitely more like of a conservative rider, in my opinion. So I just kind of had, I call it goldfish brain, like you just don't remember the last 7 seconds and just went for it.
And not only that, this is only like your third P123 race, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you moved up later in the season, so I think this is maybe your third, maybe fourth P123 race. I'm thinking 3. I'm thinking you did one CBR, and then Barry Wolf, and then this one.
Yeah, probably.
How'd you feel out there, Camila? Were you feeling comfortable, or?
Yeah, I was feeling happy because we opened a gap, and I definitely feel better holding just one pace and holding my heart rate up and not just going up and down. That burns me.
Gotcha. Yeah, definitely. I don't think it was too boring this race. You know, like you said, I think sometimes people think if it's a small field, it's kind of not going to be any fun.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
this was active.
but it was pretty fun, pretty
Mhm.
active, and you guys kept the pace pretty high. Do you remember what you averaged for this race?
What year?
Like
The speed, like what speed you guys averaged?
oh. I think it was slower than I expected.
Hmm.
Right, because here we're doing about 22 and it's relatively flat. So
Yeah.
I remember feeling like the pace was really high, but I was surprised of how low it was. Again, I think it's just the heat, and we were all cooking out there,
That's true.
and there is no shade cover.
Yeah, it's
Like
hard
this-
once it's above 100 degrees. It is pretty hard to really produce power for a long time.
But again, we were all feeling it, so
Mhm.
I think it just kind of normalizes, right?
So why don't you like to draft? I think you just went half a lap riding on the side of the peloton here instead of falling in line and just drafting. And there's Feline on a little attack, keeping the pace high again. I can see Camila's covering it. But yeah, that's a pretty good attack from Feline here.
Yeah, she can hold a high pace a long time.
Yeah. Yeah, she's definitely
Yes.
one of the stronger
Mhm.
riders,
Yeah,
every
for
weekend
sure.
basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think so. No one was really coming around her in here, and so I think she was like, she attacked from the front
Yes.
because no one was coming around her, and so it was interesting to watch.
So it's basically, if you guys don't want to help out, I'm just going to hurt you.
yeah.
So, yeah, and she definitely has the power to do that as well.
Mm-hmm.
As you can see, she's still going pretty strong here.
So my average speed for this race was 23.2 miles an hour.
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, 23.2 is pretty good.
Like 37. Yeah, I had 37.9 kilometers.
Yep.
But again, it felt a lot faster than that.
Mm-hmm.
In the race, I
Yeah.
was surprised.
Like you said, with the attacks and then the amount of heat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a hard day for everybody, especially for the men, for 123 men. I was watching their faces. I have never seen that people like suffering that much.
Well, yeah, and I remember even in the Cat 3 race, I remember a lot of guys dropping out
Yeah.
of the race. It was like, that's how much heat it was.
Uh-huh.
A lot of guys were
Yeah.
like sick and dropping out of the
Suffering.
race.
We were throwing water.
Hmm. Yeah, you gotta love California, but some days are just not that fun. But this was a fun day for you guys.
I think probably in a couple minutes here, I start to convince myself that they're gonna cut the race down in time because it's so hot.
Yeah.
I think that's the only
Wishful
reason.
thinking. Yeah.
I think that's the only reason I got through this race was like, oh yeah, they'll cut it short. They'll take off 20 minutes. But
Yeah, I think you're doing a good job here, though. I think you have a nice low position here and a nice fast cadence. Kind of saves your legs a little bit and just keeps you prepped to be able to cover any attacks that come off. And I just like to see like not having too slow of a cadence here, and then just staying efficient, not too much movement in your upper body. So yeah, as a coach, it's good to see those things.
well, I got a bike fit since then, so I'll let you know. But you don't think that's too high of a cadence?
It depends. Like right now, because you're sitting in the draft, it's not that bad. But yeah, I can see that you could have a little bit more tension in your pedals. But also knowing you, I know you have a high cadence and you typically run close to 100. So yeah, I think sometimes it's benefits you to vary the cadence a little bit. And yeah, I can see right now there's a little bit of inefficiency in the cadence just because it's probably a little bit too high. But overall, no, I think it's okay. Just as you learn to vary your cadence, it'll probably benefit you a little more
So like my average cadence is 100.
for this race, right?
Yeah.
And there you go on another attack.
I don't know why. And it's not like I was conserving my energy back there very well.
Yeah, but see, that's a good thing though, because you were able to get the acceleration there without burning your legs too much with that high cadence. And unfortunately, most people start off with way too slow of a cadence, and you have to spend some time training them to increase their cadence. So for someone like yourself, I really don't have to worry about that too much. And then there's Camila with the slingshot off of your attack and gets really good separation there.
Hello.
Oh, and I did not want to go there. I did not want to get on her wheel.
Why?
Let me tell you, I was tired, but in my head I was like, "That's gonna be it. I have to be there." Like nothing in my body wanted to do that because we're going like, right? You did a great slingshot.
Yeah. And that's true because like you said, if you don't cover that, no one else is there.
Yeah, you had to.
You have to cover it, even though you just attacked. You have to cover it.
Yeah, and that So I knew that I needed to get there, but that was hard.
Yeah. So for me, this race is fun as well, and I have some great bragging rights for both of you guys since I trained both of you, and it's good to see that you guys have this type of energy, had this type of fitness with that type of heat going on, and you still had the ability to just attack, repeatedly. So for me, I'm definitely proud of both of you guys for doing all the work all season. This is almost the last race of the season. I think it was Marlaina's last race, and Camila may have done 2 more. You did Green. Yeah, you
Green
did 2
Mountain.
more and Steamboat, right?
Steamboat.
Yeah.
And Eldo.
Oh, and Eldo. So 3 more races. 2. This win and another win at Eldo last week. So congratulations for that as well, ending the season with the win. And I think you have 4 wins this year, and I don't know how many podiums, but 4 wins. It's a really good season.
Thank you, Anthony.
You're welcome. Thank you for doing all the hard work.
We have been improving a lot this year.
Yeah, so I think you're definitely ready, and next year is going to be even a bigger year.
Yes. Here we go again.
So I think we were plotting a little bit here and figuring out how we could keep this away.
Yeah, I think Feline, if you look at her right there, she just looked back and said, hey, we keep this going, we're going to drop everyone. So let's just keep it up.
Yeah.
So Camila, you turned that corner like a video game a little bit because you turn your head like that.
Yeah, I'm bad turning.
But no, it's fine. Like you're definitely putting in a good effort and got the pace going up high.
Yeah, and it's weird because I always open my knee in the turns when it's not necessary.
Yeah, no, I used to race motorcycles, so that's kind of where that came from. Marlaina does a good job hitting the apex there. So now you guys are really stretched out, and you're really just trying to drop the rest of the field here.
Yeah, and then we start working together.
Yeah, and I think you guys do. Right here, I think you guys drop the rest of the field, and it's just you 3 now, basically working really well together.
So Shani is dropped in this moment?
I think so. I'm not 100% sure.
I think that's
so.
what Feline just told me.
Yeah.
So I think it was just now the 3 of us, because I get on your wheel. Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, now you guys are just going to set a really hot pace. As you can see, a little while ago, you guys were coming through here at 22, and now you're up to 26, dropping down to 25 a little bit as it hits the little false flats off and on. It's a little rollers kind of there, but yeah, definitely is good work. Look like you're suffering a little bit there. Camila, Feline's really putting the pace down.
Yeah, and she looks so smooth, like her body never moves. So it's like, damn, she's strong.
Yeah, that's really being efficient. If you can keep your upper body still and just, relax the rest of your body, just use the power of your legs.
I'm suffering, but then I continue attacking.
Yeah, you have to, right?
Yeah. I'm jumping.
Yeah, that's just a little bit of an over cadence. If you can shift 1 more gear, same thing, that'll keep your butt a little stable in the saddle. And Marlaina, I don't know why you're not drafting, but
I'm just making sure I get a nice shot of Camila.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's why.
My goodness. I don't
Okay.
know.
Yeah, you're the cameraman right there,
Yes.
right? Or the
Yes.
camera writer, sorry.
But there's not much to draft behind me. So.
Thank you.
You do look really smooth on the bike though, just like Feline kind of. Feline's really smooth, as you can see, not much is moving, just her legs. I think Marlaina, you're kind of under geared 1 again. You'd probably be a little bit up, but you might be feeling it a little bit there too, yeah? Because you're like, come on, Camila.
Let's go! Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that moment. I was like, no.
I'm telling you, I was convinced they were going to cut the race down because it was too hot.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Marlaina.
Oh.
And there's Camila getting back on it. Yeah, I remember Camila was like, "Go, Marlaina," and Marlaina's like, "I can't."
No. Oh.
Yeah, it's crazy because basically you guys are at the halfway point, and for the most part, you've dropped everyone else in the race. I don't remember the official count of how many people were racing, but like you guys said, it was somewhere between 8 and 10, and the rest of the girls are pretty much dropped here. And there's all strong riders. It's not like it was a really weak field, but everybody's pretty strong riders, and had some good tactics, and at least gave it a shot and tried to do some attacks on their own as well. You're really putting some good power down here, though, Camila. I wish I still had the power numbers.
Me too.
I don't
And
know
the
why.
heart rate.
Yeah, I don't know why the power and the heart rate didn't show up for this. I'm guessing it's the software because it didn't show up for both of their data files. But yeah, hopefully we'll have that figured out by the next video.
Yeah, next year we're gonna have better numbers.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, my heart rate, let me tell you, is very high. I think I got a lot of peak performances
Yeah.
all time for heart rate. Right, so my 20-minute heart rate was 191 beats
Wow.
per minute. So I was feeling it.
What was it for the race, do you know?
187.
187 for 50 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty high.
Yeah, that's high. I didn't have heart rate.
Oh,
Oh, that's why we don't
it didn't show up. Yeah. Yeah.
187. Wow, that's high.
Also, turns out I was sick during this race. I figured out, so it makes sense why I'm just started dying after 12 minutes. But proud of myself for still giving it a shot.
Yeah, and you guys are really working well together now. If you look at it, it's smooth. You guys are really just putting the power down. Especially with minimal communication here. It's not like you guys are really talking and saying, "Hey, we're all teams." You're just doing it naturally, and that's a good thing. Like, sometimes you can be friends in the race for a little bit, and come down to the last lap, and then you're gonna race again, or just whenever your tactics of when you're gonna attack. But yeah, it's always good to work together for a common goal.
But also at this point, I think it was understood that this was the top three.
Right.
Bar something happens. But so then it becomes a war of attrition. And in this heat, whoever can just last the longest is gonna fare best.
Right.
So I think that's why we never really let up a whole lot, and we were still killing ourselves in the 3-woman breakaway because it was just gonna determine who had the most left in the final lap.
Yeah.
So-
and Camila just put in a really good hard dig there too, and that was pretty long. You did a really long pull there. So I don't know if you're just keeping the pace high or if you're trying to break away a little bit, but it was just like a really long pull.
Oh no, I just wanted to hold the pace. But I was also motivated because in each corner we had a little crowd and the people were so happy, screaming. So I like that.
Yeah, especially to the front straight. There was a lot of
it.
people on the front straight, and
The first
and there was
corner.
people all around the track too. A couple people, at different points
Yeah,
of the
like
track.
small groups.
Mm-hmm.
I did not see any of that.
Oh, really?
I was so in the
Seeing red, yeah. Yeah. Well, you can tell here a little bit too, because you sag off just a little. They have a little bit more punch coming out of the corners, and you can see Felina's really putting the pace down now. This is a pretty good pull here.
But so I think she could tell that I was fading, right? It's very clear that I'm fading at this point. And so she probably was just doing the same thing that we did earlier.
Yeah.
So it makes sense in my head. I saw it happen.
Yeah, for sure.
I was fine with it.
And she knows she has to go strong. I mean, hard, because she knows you're really strong as well. And
Camila.
like Camila was saying, she knows that you can time trial also. So yeah, it's not going to be easy to drop you. Definitely got to put hard efforts in.
But also, she's trying to wear out Camila, too.
Yeah, for sure.
will clearly be there at the end.
Yeah, and
So-
she knows it's not easy to drop Camila at all. She knows Camila is going to be there. They've raced, for a whole year and a half together now, or about at least a year. So, and they've been in breakaways together before. So, yeah, Feline definitely knows Camila's really strong also. Yeah, it's really hard here, like, to think, tactically, it's kind of hard to think, like, what's the best way to get rid of your opponents now.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the locks on Camila. Just super long, flowing hair down your back. It's a little aerodynamic ponytail. No. Yeah, so I think you guys have settled into like a pretty good pace now. It's not blistering, but you guys are really just keeping the momentum going. Yeah, and the main group, I don't think they were going any faster. Obviously, they're not, because you guys are kind of, closing the gap on them now.
Did we lap them?
You did. You guys lapped everyone, basically. It's not yet, but it's coming up. And look at that push right there. Right
she
You can tell I was fading.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's like, hey, every time Marlaina pulls, I'm going to attack her.
Which is fair.
Of course.
I did it to myself.
Hey, you guys are doing it to each other. I think it is what it is at this point. You got the field down to 3 people, and that's the podium right there. So, if you can guarantee yourself first or second, that's even better.
It's better. Mm-hmm. But you're still there.
Barely, but yeah. Everybody's looking around like, is she still there? Yeah. But hey, this is what competition looks like. This is what happens, when you start getting towards the pointy end of the peloton. Everybody's strong. Oh, and there's a preem there as well.
Yeah.
And then that's when I saw them ride off into the sunset.
Nope, you're gonna catch them.
No, I don't think so.
I know so.
Really?
Yep.
Ooh.
Okay, well then, that's what seals the deal. I don't think so.
Yep, you catch them.
Darn it.
There's no quit in you. Yeah, you don't give up that easy. You definitely catch them, and you're still attached.
Oh yeah. Ugh.
You want it. It's like you're suffering all over again. You want it to be over.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's still there. You're doing your own power, so it'd be better if you just get up there and draft, because you're going just as hard as they are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I think I don't know. It's kind of more of the same, but yeah, it does say a lot for you guys to just. Yeah, like I said, you can't see the temperature, but it's over 100 degrees, and you guys are really putting in a long, hard effort for this duration. It's not like you're sitting in the draft. So really, it's a 50-minute effort.
Yeah, and no point was it a huge peloton either.
Right.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
a group of 8. So
And anytime it slowed down, one of you guys attacked anyway. So yeah, there was really no breaks.
Like a long TT.
Mm-hmm.
but it was fun. I enjoyed trying something new for myself, and then again, like being able to do this and see both perspectives is really cool to me. So yeah, happy racing. Oh.
Yeah, a little suffering going on there, Camila.
Yes, a little bit.
What do you think about when you suffer like that? Like, what keeps you going?
That I wanna win.
Yeah, the desire to win beats all, right?
No, and it's also fun. Like
Mhm.
I find that fun, and it's thinking if I'm suffering, the other girls are suffering too. So
Exactly.
that's what makes you win or lose. How much pain you can hold.
Yeah, and this is a sport too where it's hard to fake it. When it comes down to it, like fitness, it has to be there, right? And since we all know how much it hurts to train and to get dropped, it hurts everyone when they get dropped. Sometimes it's just about breaking. It sounds bad, but it's about breaking the other rider's spirit, right? It's like, I'm gonna outlast them. I'm gonna do what I can to break them, and I'm gonna do everything I can to not let them break me. Yeah. So you're gonna try to break them, and not let them break you.
Yeah, and I feel it's also like a poker game, because you can like act like you're not suffering even if you're dying inside.
Exactly.
So I think I have to work more on that. Like, now watching this video, you can tell that I'm suffering. So I have to look more fresh.
Yeah, and that is something like body position typically doesn't lie. When you see people's body position, it kind of, it tells a lot.
And that's what I say with Feline, because she never looks tired. Like, look at her.
Right. She's really smooth and doesn't move around on the bike a lot. So yeah, it looks the same when she's tired and when she's not tired. I think we're giving Feline too many secrets, right? We're giving away too many secrets for her.
But also, I always jump. Like, tired, not tired, I'm jumping because I don't have a bike fit.
Oh. So like the bouncing?
Yeah. So...
Coke is it. No, I'm just kidding.
We thirsty.
So now Marlaina decides that she's not tired and she's going to pull for like 2 or 3 laps probably.
I didn't believe you when you said I did this, but
No.
I see now I did.
It may not be right here, but yeah, you're going to pull for a while. And I'm
still
just
pulling.
like, yeah.
That's a one full lap.
That
now.
was our, so I think you pull for at least 2 laps straight. And then on the other hand, like sometimes you weren't drafting real efficiently. So I think just like, what is it called? Making adjustments right there, those 2 little things, like you never know. Might be a 3-way sprint for the finish line. You never know.
I'm pretty sure, at this point, I'm pretty sure I knew it wasn't going to be. I just did not have that much left.
Warrior spirit. You got to have that warrior spirit. Yeah. You have to say, they're not breaking me. Easy to say, though. Hard to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, because look at Feline. Feline's like, go ahead, girl.
Yeah,
Go on and pull. I'm resting these legs. And then I'm going to attack as soon as you get done. Yeah, Feline's like bored behind you right now.
Yeah.
But I think what happens is, I think it's coming up, we'll see it. So once you guys lap the field, it brings in just a whole new dynamic. And there goes Camila with the attack on the
Again?
preem.
Oh, another preem.
Yeah,
No,
it was a
sometimes
preem.
I attack and there's not preem.
I think it was right there.
Oh, yeah, it was
yeah,
a
yeah,
preem?
it was. You
Okay.
got, what'd you get? You got, I forgot what it was. You can
A
hear it on the
bottle.
film. They gave you
I think it
something.
was a
Yeah.
bottle.
A water bottle or a seat or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, you acted like you're going to let Marlaina have it. And then you said, I'm going to take it from you.
Oh, sorry, Marlaina.
I probably didn't know there was anything
Yeah, so
going on.
I think here's a part of the group that you guys lap. And I think you lapped the other riders already. They were kind of single.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
I say like, oh no, we're mixing. That's gonna be a mess.
Yeah, I would say here, if you don't want them to mix, you got to go by hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, go
That's what
away
I
from
said.
them and
Like, let's
by
go hard and then continue our mission.
But they jump right on there.
For a little bit, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't like it because usually when the brake catches the field, then it's the sprint and then
Right.
it's all messy and I don't like it. I
Yeah.
don't like to.
Technically,
go to
people aren't supposed to interfere. They're supposed to stay back, but it happens a lot, and I think sometimes no one does anything about it. So, anytime you mix the field, especially when it's a bigger field, and then you may have a chance to win, and people are in your way, and all that kind of stuff.
It's dangerous too.
Mm-hmm. All right, Marlaina finally gets off the front after like 6.5 laps.
So they hopped on. I don't. Remember.
Yeah, they're on your, but I remember some communication. They're not interfering with you guys on purpose,
Oh,
because there's a time where you drop back. I don't know if it happened already.
no.
but you're gonna drop back a little bit. But instead of them filling that spot, they're gonna say, "Go ahead, Marlaina, we're lapped or whatever." So they just sit behind you guys for maybe 2 laps or so, 2 or 3 laps, until the next preem, basically. Which is weird because you would think if they're lapped, they can't get a preem, but the officials did it as a field preem. So then anybody was eligible to get the preem, even the lapped riders. Yeah.
I learned that.
And it was who took the prim? Sherry.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
No, Sherry had the same
Sherry.
tactic, which great on Sherry, but not so great that none of you guys figured it out. She did the same thing. And really, it's a preview for the last lap, because Sherry figured out that whoever comes out of the last turn first is going to win the sprint. Yeah, you can't it's so short of a sprint and you have so much momentum that you're not going to be able to come around somebody in that little distance. So Sherry basically did the same tactic every time. After she comes out of turn 3, she waits till about the halfway point of that straightaway and then will overtake and take the corner and then just sprint for the preem. So this might be it here. This might be the preem lap here. And if it is, you'll see Sherry attacked probably right about now or so. Oh, no, that's Camila. And is she coming? I don't know if it's this lap or not.
No.
All right, you're too far, so it's not this lap. But yeah, so it must be the next lap. Sherry's going to attack, take the preem, and then I think that's all she wrote for Marlaina.
Yep.
I think Camila just wanted to lead the lap down the straightaway, where all the people are at.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, Instagram, take a picture.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we're down to maybe 4 laps to go, if that. I think the race was a 50-minute race, if I'm not mistaken. So we're down to the last couple laps. And you can see,
Yeah, it was 50.
definitely everyone's a lot more tired because you can see the paces were really slow now. You guys are down to 20, 21 miles per hour. Especially being that the race average was almost 24 or 20, just over 23 miles per hour. Yeah, you can definitely see fatigue is setting in. Everybody wants to save their energy for that sprint. But if you guys noticed, you haven't seen Feline in a couple laps.
Yeah,
a couple pulls. So she didn't take a couple pulls.
You're right.
Yeah.
And then I watching the graphics, and we had a really high speed the first half of the race.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, and then got a
we
lot
were
slower.
saving.
Yeah, for sure. Except that last lap. Yeah, but Felina's smart. She decided, hey, I'm going to back off a little bit, recover. So she took a couple turns where she didn't take a pull, and then she's back in the pulls again now.
My knee again.
Yeah. Yeah, the motorcycle knee. Yeah, it's definitely not needed for bikes, but I think maybe within the last couple years, kind of people have been doing it more. We'll talk about why on another video. Yeah, you guys are just riding next to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can definitely tell fatigue is set in. Everyone's a little hesitant now to attack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, also what I think during the high effort is doing numbers. So how many time do I have? The speed, how is my heart? I start doing numbers to see how many watts can I hold in the next 15 minutes. What is my FTP?
Yeah. No, that's smart, especially when you're doing breakaways and stuff. I know some people say never look, but I think when you train and you know what your 10-minute power or 20-minute power is, I think it helps you be able to hold a certain number in the race and know that you're not going to go know that you're not going to blow up, that you're not going to go too hard until it's the end, and then you can go as hard as you want, you know?
Yeah, I like to think like, okay, one day I did this, so this time I will be able to do the same because I did it once.
So then this must be the preem lap.
Yes,
Oh,
for
yeah,
sure.
because
Right, we just saw Sherry.
Okay,
Oh,
let's see.
Yeah, too bad you can't see her because I'm riding right next to her.
But there she goes.
Oh, yeah, look.
Yeah.
Oh.
And Feline kind of jumps on it here.
And then she gets the turn.
And I think this is all she wrote here for Marlaina.
I believe it.
That was hard.
Yeah, because that gap got open there. And
Oh,
then I think
Marlaina.
Feline looks back and she just says, keep going. And then you guys just ride
Oh,
off
yeah,
in the
she
sunset.
said, let's keep it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Sherry won the preem, so she's happy with that. And and everybody's a lap down anyway except you three. So, yeah, so it doesn't make sense for Sherry to chase it, really.
And here I think we had 2 laps to go.
Okay.
2, right? I remember
2
getting
laps to
dropped
go.
at 2 laps to go, and I just remember thinking, okay, like I'm okay.
Yeah,
Like,
you're on the podium.
You got
no
her.
way I'm going to get lapped again. So I was happy with it.
And this is Camila's
Okay.
angle, and just to see what happened. So Marlaina had just taken her pull. They kind of attacked, and obviously she's a little gassed and couldn't jump on the back because they passed her so fast.
Got it, yeah. 20, 29, 28.
Mm-hmm.
We hadn't seen those numbers since
Yay.
halfway.
Right.
Yeah.
So Feline takes a look back and says, hey, we got her, let's go.
And that was a yoga mat preem. That was a good one.
Oh,
Oh, it
yeah, I
was a
know.
yoga mat.
I wanted the yoga mat.
Yeah, and you can tell like just the difference too. Feline uses a little bit slower cadence, but it's a lot of power.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's definitely saying, hey, let's keep the pace going now.
Let's go for it.
And you guys are at least 3-4 miles per hour faster than you've been going the last couple laps.
Yeah.
Yeah, here I'm suffering. And I say, Marlaina, no! Where are you?
Yeah, where's the help?
But if I feel pain, I do it harder.
Because everybody else goes,
Yeah.
right? I wish I could do that. Better turn there too. You held a lot more speed. You hit a little bit of an early apex, but it's okay when the street is real wide like that.
Yeah, you can tell your head goes down.
Yeah, like
You're working. That's so good.
I'm looking everywhere,
Yeah.
looking for answers.
Well, and you never know, like with 2 laps to go. I mean, now it's going to be 1 lap to go. You don't know if, like, maybe Feline's tired too, you know? Did you ever think of maybe a breakaway, or did you want it to come to a sprint?
No, I always want to try a breakaway or the longest sprint I could. Because I know for sure she beats me in short sprints. So I had to look for something longer. But I also knew that she were gonna like jump on my wheel if I tried something. So I just decided to go for the last turn.
Gotcha.
Because I like to be stand up in the turns. I don't know why.
You like to stand up in the turn?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like if I stand up before, I can hold it. I think it's dangerous.
You can hold the
but
sprint longer?
Uh-huh.
Well, it just depends on how tight the turn is.
Yeah.
And what
if it's
angle
not
you
that
take
tight.
it. Yeah. Feline flicked an elbow, it looks like, maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe? I can't tell.
But I think in that moment you have to think about how long are your pulls gonna be. Because then you have to think how many pulls you have just before the last turn.
You're right.
And you have to be the second one.
Right. You don't want to be first going through.
Because then what if she decided just not pull anymore?
Yeah, I think it's always harder when you're first wheel.
Your mind just
Right, it's easier to get the jump on somebody from the back.
is very too hand. and being.
And the hunted.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, I thought this was the last lap. No. Oh, so it's
I
one
don't
more.
know.
Maybe it
One
was
more
3
lap.
to go. But
Yeah, it was 3 to go.
We can see in the.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is definitely the last lap now.
Okay.
Music.
So I noticed you have your hoods turned in. When did you start doing the hoods turned in, and do you like it better than neutral, obviously?
Yeah, I like it. I feel it's more aggressive
Mm-hmm.
and it looks cute. Some people say that is not aero.
No.
What do you think?
Is it?
I don't know.
I think I've always been told if you're racing hoods turned in. That's what
that you
people
should be racing hoods turned
You
in?
should.
Yeah, that's what people tell me.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like not anyone
yeah,
advice
no,
I should be taking, but that's what people tell me. Oh, your hoods aren't turned in.
Yeah, no, I think it's more of a comfort thing, and then the last couple years it's been more of a trendy thing.
Trendy.
And people have jumped on it sometimes not knowing if it benefits them or not. But I actually paid attention to that like this week in the Vuelta, the last week and a half or
Do they
whatever.
have it?
No, it's like 50-50. Some have it and some are still neutral.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel more aggressive.
And some people just have it slight. Some have it like really turned in.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's really just rider preference. It's not across the board at all. Yeah, Feline keeps looking back a little bit too. She doesn't know like when you're coming, when you're gonna jump.
Yeah.
She knows you're kind of there, so she doesn't know
Yeah.
like if you're gonna try to jump or not, or she doesn't know if she should go harder or wait for
Yeah.
you.
She
Yeah.
keeps looking. Yeah.
What
Yeah.
should I do?
It's kind of like on the track now, right? Like a track
Yeah.
sprint. But then you're like, okay, I'm gonna go.
Yeah. I was so desperate to go. It was hard to hold myself.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, it's a good acceleration, good attack, and yeah, just like you said, it's kind of like a track sprint there.
Well done.
So then after that, we'll go to Marlaina and show her finish as well.
Oh, I think I did my highest power in the first 10 minutes of the race.
Ooh,
Yeah, and your
okay.
finish doesn't matter because you get third no matter what. You're
Yeah.
already on the podium. Everyone else is lapped, so you don't really have to race against them or anything.
But like they did for us, like I wanted to stay out of their way.
Yeah.
I remember.
Congratulations, girl.
Yay.
You're breathing so hard right there. I turned it
Yeah.
down. I was like, yeah, she's
Oh, you
suffering.
can hear
yeah,
everything.
yeah. So here's the finish, and I think this was their tactics for Major Motion. Jade comes out and kind of sets the pace here, and I think she's trying to set up for Jules here to take the sprint. She's kind of looking back to see like where everybody's at, and just kind of keep the pace like a little bit high so they don't get swarmed. It is always good to have teammates, better than riding solo.
Oh, yeah.
And Sherry, there goes Sherry with the tactic. We should know what's going to happen here. Marlaina tells Jay she's on her inside. Jules is outside. They kind of get a better angle. They had the faster line going around the outside there. And Jules almost has a little mistake right there. Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know if she hit her bar or not with her knee. Sometimes you can hit your bar with your knee when you're sprinting.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, close call, but she kept it up, and great job by the ladies to finishing strong. So yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching, and ladies, thank you guys for joining me on the commentary, and can't wait to kick off next year. And
Yeah.
Thank you. So fun.